Replacement refs, that's an interesting concept, especially considering that we have an NFL that says that it's very interested in player safety. It's hard to figure how replacement refs will enhance player safety at all. I was watching some of the first preseason game, the game last night, the Hall of Fame game involving the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints, and towards the end of the first half, game commentators noted that there had only been one penalty called, and that had been refused. We all know that early NFL preseason games will have lots of penalties called as teams are just really running themselves into shape and getting themselves used to the action on the field and everything else. So obviously the replacement refs are going to have a hard time keeping the NFL game in any kind of corral, if you want to use that term. And from a safety standpoint, that's going to be really interesting because, you know, we have this emphasis from the NFL in recent years, particularly in the last 2 years, on calling, being very strict on hits to the head, leading with the head and leading with the shoulders, and not having regard for player safety. And then we're going to have refs who've been recently in lower level college, in some cases even high school, calling games, and now all of a sudden the speed of the NFL game is going to be something that is going to overwhelm them. And so you have to wonder about the player safety issues. You also have to wonder about where the NFL is with this, because this is primarily an issue between the NFL and the union representing its officials, and being able to come to an agreement on simple issues of compensation and issues related to their own pension plans and that kind of thing. And it's hard for me to figure how the NFL can be the business that it is, making the money that it makes. We're all football fans. A lot of us go to games. The rest of us watch on TV, participate in fantasy football, things of that nature. The NFL is a money-making machine. Relative pennies on the dollar to go to the people who make sure that it's safely played on the field in the form of game officials, the referee and the umpires and the linesmen and all those guys. It seems like something that's hard. It's hard to swallow, I guess, if you want to say that could be a holdup, especially in the player safety issue. And I don't think it's going to actually reflect very well on the NFL in terms of the ongoing lawsuits that are out there regarding its apparent past disregard, at least on this part of the plaintiffs, who are a number of NFL players, to player safety. So as far as this goes, it's hopefully the NFL comes to its senses and decides that player safety and the integrity of the game is more important than saving a few dollars on what they have to pay their referees. If they don't, I think we know where the NFL stands.